today is like actually kind of a big day. I have to film a lot of things with Starheal. If you know Starheal, we've just been fucking through it. She's another astrologer, and so she's coming over later today, kind of early in the day, so I need to work out. And I woke up feeling like I was going to throw up, which is so insane for me because like I never have any like issues, but I take it as a sign that something wasn't that fuck. Like shouldn't, I don't know, it always happens when I eat out, like once a year maybe that happens. So I take it as a sign. I just won't order that again. I need to go work out despite feeling this way, or I don't need to, but like it'll pass definitely. And then I have to go by Sephora to get some things, and I'm hoping it doesn't rain. I'm hoping it doesn't rain while I'm out because I just hate being in New York, having to do things while it's raining. But until then, it's actually like it's a nice vibe in my red. I'm gonna go work out and then I'll be back. And if you know the All In podcast, you know. Okay, Amy, aka Starheal, is on her way, and I've not gotten ready yet. I've been very busy prepping other content, so we need to really ramp up the speed, get quite ready with some chapped lips resolved. Yeah, I figure we can just like start. I'll jump up here. And,
okay, do you want me to just come here?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Okay.
I'll pull them up and we can start.
My Venus is on the IC, so there's been a lot of home like where I'm living right now is like up in the air.
Yeah.
So it's that sort of thing.
I feel that. Venus, or that's on my ascendant, so like, I'm definitely feeling it. I mean, so I started doing vlogmas, like vlogging every day up until Christmas. Mm-hmm. I thought, what the hell am I gonna have to show? I traded at Esk all day, I make content, I don't leave my house. Literally, when I mean like the insanity, I mean I'll just let you, if you're ever bored, catch up, but I mean like 20-year friendship ended on camera, confrontation of like, I don't even know how to begin. I never had a boyfriend. I dated someone when I was 17, and over the past few months I got to know someone pretty well. A good friend from crypto. We dated for like 1 week when I brought him out to Dubai basically, and after a week we realized there's a maturity gap, let's go back to friends. Mm-hmm. This was like 2 weeks ago that this ended. When I was in Miami this past weekend for Art Basel and a crypto documentary, they wanted to film us there partially.
Oh, cool.
I'm in like, it's like the Euphoria Studios people,
so
or like,
cool.
It's really cool.
Congrats, that's amazing.
Thank you. It's like, it's insane. I mean, insane. It's like it'll just be cool when it comes out in like 2023. But when I flew my best friend out, lifelong best friend. She's kind of like a sidekick. I'm like, I'll fly you out to Miami, stay with me, have fun, meet crypto people. She meets my very good friend X, and they end up hooking up that night that they first meet, knowing that that's the only guy I've been with for 6 years.
Oh my god.
And he says, I'm not going to apologize. It was bad timing. And she goes, on camera, I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, literally the only person that I'd been with in 6 years because I'm 23, last guy was with.
Oh yeah,
17.
I know you're.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about relationships.
But no, yeah. So I was like in shock, and then he has the audacity to threaten me with releasing personal information because I released his Twitter name and not even his like actual identity, but his Twitter name. And the audacity to be like, there's a federal act that you're like defying. I was like, I'm not, bitch, block numbers. So that's been my shadow. And then today, someone that literally, like, if you would have known me like 5 years ago, you would have been like, this person is asking you out. Like, you thought he was so cute when you went to his class. It was just like funny.
Well, my shadow has been a little rough too. Yeah. It's almost like embarrassing to talk about.
No.
Like, my building sucks so bad.
Yeah.
Like, I hate it.
You're uptown?
Yeah. The building sucks. I used to live 10 East 29th between 5th and Madison.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Love that location. Yeah. And so now, like, the buildings, I love my apartment.
Yeah.
But they won't let food deliveries come to my door.
You have to go down and get them?
Yeah. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, it's for security. Got it.
Right.
And now it's my guests. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that's just frustrating.
Yeah, so I got mad about that. And then I had a lot of groceries delivered, and there was no cart. And I was like, this is my visitor. Like, I'll allow him to come up.
Right.
And they were like, no, he can't come in. I was like, I'm an Aquarius. I have Sun square Uranus. I have Moon conjunct Uranus.
They do not let you have your no.
Don't give me arbitrary rules. Like, fuck that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, okay, so then they lost like $500 worth of stuff I was supposed to send back to Wayfair that never even got scanned in. So I'm like, what the fuck did you do with this?
Yeah.
So, and then I ordered some food, and this is what really set it off.
Yeah.
I ordered food. I was on a call.
Yeah.
I couldn't get off the call to answer the Uber person to go downstairs.
Right.
It was 10 minutes later, I go downstairs, my food was gone.
Yeah, no, it's been like the Venus aspect of like home life. Yeah, for me it's been like my identity and like the fact that this guy and my friend doing this was like a mirror image of the same boyfriend I had when I was 17. Like blonde, passive, and I'm like phenomenal. I can be the person who's in control. I like that because it's like no emotional risk, because then it's like I'm the one who would be defying the loyalty. This person has no whim about them to go anywhere. Mm-hmm. But then I realized that actually you don't want someone who's passive because they have no moral attention span and they'll take what they can get. So
mm-hmm.
like it was kind of the reality of like my identity has to change in terms of like I can't get into even friendships where I know I'm completely in power and therefore like there's nothing that these people they have no direction about them, which is
mm-hmm.
more problematic than someone with integrity. So like it was realizing that, but
wow, that's
yeah.
pretty profound.
Yeah, it's all like the funny thing is that like it's all on camera. Like literally the situation of me finding out, her coming to pick up her things, and me being like and I'm Capricorn rising, like Virgo sun.
Yeah, our Venus is
Venus is on my ascendant.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's like I love that. And like I'm very like I'm not cold, but I'm very stoic. Like usually I have a sign, it fell so it's broken, but it says amor fati, like love your fate. Like stoicism, I research battle, like I am very controlled. It's not that I don't experience things, it's that like Capricorn rising, sometimes the smile muscles don't work. Like mm-hmm. I know that. But I realized that like literally her standing there having no reaction to me being like, oh my god, like I opened my like heart up for 1 week to someone and ride around and you do this, like both of them, it was just bad. And she was like, I'm grateful for all you've taught me. I was like, what the fuck? Like, and I go, shut the fuck up. Like, I've never said that to someone. I've never had an in-person confrontation ever in my life. And
really?
It's all on camera. And the documentary I'm in is going to use the footage because they're
wow.
like, yeah.
So you don't get in confrontations?
I have never been in confrontation. I have a Libra moon and like I've never had conflict in my life. Like my mom was like an abusive alcoholic, and I would just sit there and like she would go off, and I at 17 when I got a car just like left, just like no car. I just sit there and I just left. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I just literally Venus retrograde, I guess, with Venus ruling my 5th house that has my IC. She sent me a letter here like 2 weeks ago, and I didn't know she knew where I lived. I haven't contacted her in 7 years. And
your mom?
Yes. And she sent me a letter noted from a part of Houston that is kind of a rocky part. I saw the zip code and was like, she sent me a letter and it was like the rip out of a cooking magazine. And it had like circled recipes with my name on them as if she was like, it looked a little psychotic. Like it was like torn pages, like recipes that she would like wanted me to try for the holidays, but like no contact for years. And I was like that was there was like a moment, but I was like, I guess Venus retrograde, like
Capricorn,
yeah. So that was like intense, but yeah, I'm glad to hear that like neither of us are really, because it's not like I don't know. Rather have it on my ascendant than my descendant. Let's say that would be like
well, mine's on an angle too, but like I have Venus square Saturn, so that's being set off by this. I have Venus square Pluto, so that's being set off by this. So it's not like the best, but
right.
I'm used to the energy anyway.
Right.
I'm gonna grab my water real quick.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, let me go to the archived questions and we can get started.
All right, cool.
Yeah, how did you come up with the name Starheal, by the way? Was that just
No, it was actually one of my exes came up with the name Starheal with H-E-E-L.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm from North Carolina.
Yeah.
And I went to UNC and it was like Tar Heel.
Tar Heel, yeah.
So it was like Starheal, like the same, like.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, it would probably be better if I changed it to H-E-A-L. And so then I did that.
That's cute.
I made the change. Yeah, so
Being
that's how I
from Texas, when I saw Tar Heel in your bio, I was like, I know that because I know people that go there, so I got it. And I was like, I wonder if anyone else knows this. Like
nobody else. There was this podcast, just real quick, that I found when I was looking some stuff up on TikTok.
Yeah.
And they were like, it was about the Gabby Petito thing at the tweet, and they were like, she calls herself a healer, starheal. What even kind of name is that? Like, they're so fucking stupid.
Yeah. How have you, like, dealt, or at least, like, have you experienced just the mob turning? Like, how has that been?
I mean, it definitely, the first time it happened, I was really upset. Yeah, after the fourth time it happened, I was like, this is fucking stupid. Like, fuck y'all.
Yeah. How long has that been going on for you?
It started, the first time was June 2020.
Okay.
And then January 2021 it happened.
Yeah.
April 2021 it happened. And then the Gabby Petito it happened.
Yeah, when I saw, I didn't really ever follow anyone closely, which was the insanity of being accused of stealing, was like, I don't actually follow anyone closely.
I don't either. Yeah.
Right.
So you're so worried about doing your own content.
Right, exactly. So, like, you don't watch other people. Like,
right.
Usually,
you're busy.
Right. That's the insanity. Is like, and then,
I get it.
So I remember when people, and so for you it was a different thing, but I remember being like, can she not analyze fucking events? Like, I remember literally being there and being like, what in the Jesus fucking... I was like, gee, like, this is just insane. Now they're doing a similar thing to Jade, which is just ridiculous.
Who?
Jade.
They're doing something to her.
I'm good friends with her, so
really?
know. Like business-wise, we've just gotten along very well. Basically, someone's claiming that she owes them money, but it was never clarified, and then there's a whole thing of, like, I'm, like, homeless, like, please donate to me. Jade is, like bringing this, and I remember seeing it being like, oh my god. Like, it's
this happening now?
Yes, and the sad thing as well is that she is SZA's astrologer, like SCA.
Yeah.
And so SZA tried to stand up for her, and people came for her, and there's, like, literally a tweet where she's like, I don't know what's going on, I'm just standing up for a homie. And, like, literally people are like, it's very similar.
Like, how long ago did this happen?
It's, like a week? Maybe 2 weeks?
Somebody accused her of not giving them their money back.
From what I understand, because I'd say 3/4 of people have blocked me, so trying to see the situation.
Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
I don't know what's going on. So what I could tell was there was an accusation of not being paid, and then also all of the content is stolen, when likely no piece even had anything to do with anyone else. Similar with me, it was like one piece I was like, no, I didn't do that, but I could see how. And then it's suddenly like, oh, you steal everything about, and I'm like, bitch, I don't know who you are. Mine
is like, you're unethical, you have no feelings for anyone. You're racist. You're a scammer.
It's literally always
every single
scammer.
thing. Racist, scammer, no empathy. Like, you name it, I've been called it.
No. Same. It's gotten so bad to where, like, my parents, my dad, he's, like, Jewish in Texas, and I've been called anti-Semitic for using Pepe memes. I'm like, it's a fucking cute frog. I'm not the weirdos online that have it wearing a MAGA hat. Like, it's clearly, and even that is, like, just taken out of proportion. Like, everything is insane nowadays, but, like, I remember being called that, and people are like, she's anti-Semitic because I talked about how, the reason I went vegan, because I grew up with a Holocaust survivor grandmother. I was like, if I'm healthy without contributing harm, I'm not going to do it. That, like, got in my head of, like, how can you minimize harm? That's not a comparison. That is, like, that's like a chain of events explanation. And they're like anti-Semitic, and then they're like, I don't even know. I use a joke of, like, in crypto, I'm like, this is the low IQ play. This is the stupid play, but, like, it makes you money. And they're like, this is ableist towards people with a low IQ. I'm like, oh my god! Like, and then
it will cut. I can some of this stuff.
It's so insane.
I'm like, what a reach! What a fucking reach! Like, how are you even, like, coming up with this scenario? Like,
saying that I'm an alt-right ploy, saying that everything is racist. I mean, everything. And I'm like, I don't talk about these issues. Like, I just don't.
They said I was profiting off black people's trauma when I do, like, every person's chart that's in the news, basically.
Right. No, similarly, they said that I copied a pose from someone on TikTok who was, I literally didn't even know who they were, but they're like, you're a colonist, profiting off people copying the pose.
If Gabby Petito had been black, I would have lost 15,000 followers. Swear to God.
Right, because and I didn't realize that until it happened to me. I didn't realize because I was naive and believed that every time that there's an issue, it's always the issue is, like, real. Like, not that that's not real when it does happen, but, like, I didn't see if there could be another side of this is a misread. So that's been, like, I know for me personally, like, I tried to kill myself, like, in the very beginning. Well, the Rolling Stones said the face of white supremacy. on TikTok. The Rolling Stone had like an article out, and then like
I saw an article, but I didn't know if that was like what it's.
I had to flee to Dubai because people were at my apartment door trying to get to me.
That is fucking crazy.
That's why when people are like still come for me now, I'm like, you have
Do people still come for you?
Yeah, oh my, it's every single day on TikTok there's a video. Every single day. It's why is she still allowed on this platform? Why should she deplatformed for stealing all of her content from people of color? And it's like
Every day.
I have lawyers that actually, if it's really bad, because people do threaten me, they're like, it's bad. They'll like, it's bad. And recently I was said that I was in a sex ring with Lil Nas X and Kelly Clarkson. And people were like, and the people
you
say,
can't be serious.
No, I'm dead serious. And people were
Oh,
like,
and by the way, I told this girl that was black that she was nuts and bananas, and I used emoji.
Right.
And she was like, oh my God, you're racist. And I was like, I didn't even think like that.
Yeah, this is the person that is claiming that I'm in a sex ring with Lil Nas X and Kelly Clarkson, and she's saying basically like I'm with these people.
Ooh.
And yeah, in all my comments, like saying this.
Predator. What a psycho.
I'm like, this must be
You're like, I'm fucking
episode.
famous. Like, that's what famous people get. You know what I mean? Like,
I realize that when you do get into the mainstream, like, it's just an automatic reaction from people that, like, they try to grab onto whatever they can. So, like, now I just realize that you can't address it or apologize. Like, you literally just have to keep going because there's no apology necessary when you didn't do anything.
Well, when you do apologize, they pick apart that, and it's worse.
It's worse. I've seen, like, when people honestly do make a mistake with, like, context, I'm like, you can't apologize. You literally got to keep going.
That's why, like, when I did mine, I was like, I'll say it again. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was like, and I was about Gabby Petito, and I was like, I'll say it again. Like, double down.
Yeah. That's when I did a Travis Scott video, like a week after Astroworld, and I'm like, look, I'm from Houston. I kind of know some of this. I kind of, not that makes me involved or close to it at all, but I was like, yo, I'm from Houston. Like, I've kind of followed this. I'm interested in it. And immediately people were like the vile human being, and I was like, dude, it could be a year and I do this, and you would still say the same thing because it's me. Like, we're gonna keep doing our thing. Just because maybe you have an emotional attachment to every issue and want to harp. Like, it is such a difference between those of us focusing on our own work, keeping our nose down, doing our thing, and those of us, like, going after people. Like, there's a meme, and it's funny because it's a meme, and it goes, some people have this in their bio, and it's the fairy emoji, the love and light emoji, and it's like, but be horrible human beings. And I was like, damn right. So, like, seeing actually, like, you and Jade overcome it was very, very helpful for me because, like, oh my God, I literally wanted to kill myself. Like, people were like, oh, you own property? Like, that's, like racist. And I remember being like, I am sorry for wanting to own investment.
I did an apology video the first time too, and then I was like, I deleted it, and I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Fuck
Because I didn't do this, and that's the insanity.
But like this, just real quick, this girl talking about how serious it is. This girl wrote into the North Carolina licensure board for my social work license and was like, it needs to be taken away. Like, if that were the case, then I could never get a job as like that.
Right.
So that's like fucking with my livelihood.
Yeah, exactly.
Seriously? And I had to like respond and be like, get it notarized and like go through all these hoops to get it. I was just like, this is a bitch off Twitter who said I triggered traumas.
Bitch, like, everything's a fucking trigger warning, trigger trauma. I'm like, it went from initially me being like, oh my God, they have it wrong. I am not part of the people that do these things. And then more and more, I'm like, there's a very, very small part of people that actually do these things. It's a lot of roundabouts, witch hunting.
Because a lot of people I talk to on the phone, which I'm trying to get away from that, but a lot of people I talk to on the phone, then at the end they'll be like, don't worry about the haters, we love you, like, it's more people out there that have, you know what I mean?
Truly.
So I just like,
that's what I've noticed as well, is that these people are so loud.
The quiet people.
The majority of people never comment. They never, like, I don't comment on people's videos. I just watch. And so I found that, like, 90% of people are those people and can see through the insanity of, like, these people are minding their own business. Like,
they can see it. Yeah. And the last time the Astro Twitter came for me, it fucking backfired, and I was loving that shit. Oh my God, I was like,
it's sad because
Buddy.
it's sad because when this happened to me, and I'd say it was like the most massive scale because it was in person, like it was just everything.
Yours was like huge.
Yours
was like bigger than any of mine. I just had more.
Right. Because when it happened to me, I'm the kind of person where once I woke up to it, I was like, I'm never speaking to any of you again. It was like there's no reconciliation, no, like I just door slammed Capricorn rising, like I'm just like goodbye. But there were, I'd say every single older adult in the space that was not into it reached out and was like, this is so insane to see. We know you didn't do this. We know you didn't steal my content, etc. But I can't say anything. And I literally remember being like, sheep behavior to like my mentors. I remember being like, sheep behavior.
I was like that too. No one stood up for me. No one stood up for me.
Yeah.
No one.
Yeah. They can't.
And I was like,
sheep behavior.
And I lost respect for a lot of people.
Oh my god, there was one person in particular that said, I know he's going to watch this actually. There was one person in particular that said, I would have stood up for you, but I can't go back to working at Starbucks. I go, you run a multi-million-dollar business. You're not going to Starbucks for making a comment of she didn't steal my content. Like,
yeah.
I remember being like, oh my god.
I was like, I was like, you know what? One person was kind of said something, but so many people are just like.
For anyone who doesn't know, I'm a Virgo sun, Libra moon, Capricorn rising with a Leo stellium. So like that kind of explains, I don't know, some of my way I work, which is like workaholism. But
you have a, what stellium?
Leo.
Mercury,
cool. Venus, Mars. Yeah. Opposite Uranus, square Saturn, opposite Neptune. Square Chiron, like very, so.
And you have Uranus on your IC right now, right?
Yeah, I do.
That's cool. You went to Dubai.
Yeah, and my place is being built there right now. So
you're going to go there permanently?
So never permanently because Dubai is so hot in the summer to where no one lives there more than 9 months a year. Basically, you always leave during the summer. And for a lot of people, it's like their residency because it's very conducive to business. It is both zero tax and very friendly to business, and I happen to love the city authentically. Mm-hmm. Like, Puerto Rico is nothing tax-wise, but I don't like Puerto Rico, so I don't want to move there. Mm-hmm. So Dubai is like the most business-friendly. It is literally a business. Like, the UAE is not Saudi Arabia. It is Western. It is like, they listen to what their citizens have to say, and like, it's incredible. So I bought a property that's being built, and that gave me more say in how it's being built. It's like, the top floor studio. It's just
amazing.
It's so cool. And I've documented myself finding the place, and like you get to just pay in crypto there basically. So
really?
it was like phenomenal.
That's
it was
so
phenomenal.
Cool.
Yeah,
that
I have my moon line
cool.
straight through there.
You do.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you worried for the Pluto return coming up of the US? What are your thoughts about the Pluto return of the US?
Well, I feel like we've already kind of had it in a way because of all the rioting and, you know, stuff that came with that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there will be like more to it.
Yeah.
But I feel like that was kind of, I felt it more then.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think that the exact hits in the second house being February, I've said them before so I could be off slightly, but like February, I believe June, and then October of this next year, I think, because I study like finance a lot, and like what really interests me is like macroeconomics, that the amount of like, for one, money printing and the quantitative easing and the low interest rates, like what the economy is like showing is it's going to topple. Like it's so bad. Like this artificial, there are no small businesses. It's disgusting. I'm like, people are wanting stimulus. I was like, literally everything they're doing right now is going to create such a cascade of everything crap. Like it's going to be so bad. So what we've just heard with like inflation being really bad.
Yeah, that's one thing.
It's a symptom. It's a symptom. So like what I see is like February is probably going to be when they start tapering or essentially not assisting the economy anymore. June, it just looks so bad. And like if I look at like some of the things coming up, I'm like, I don't want people to be holding dollars. Like, or it's just like all across the board. It's bad. So like thankfully, like looking at crypto and like I'm set up well positioned myself, like I got a property overseas, like I'm like, okay, like things like this, but like the average person, the little guy is gonna be hurt so badly. Like the person that doesn't have anything that is like what I'd say value, like no one owns a home nowadays. No one owns these things. It's a renter's economy. So like even though those things will go down in value, it's so different than money in a savings account that will be inflated to hell. Because if you're getting 0.5% interest on a savings account, but inflation is 6.8%, bitch, it's like 10-20. Like what they report is not adequate. the way that they calculate rent inflation is serving a literal handful of people. So they're literally going to skew that. Rent has gone up exponentially. Like, so that's my thing for the Pluto return is like, and I did a full video on it, but like studying that alongside like other financial cycles, I'm like,
yeah, finance is like not nothing.
One thing in your natal chart that's your favorite.
Sun trine Pluto.
Cool. Mine's also Sun North Node.
Sun North Node?
Yeah. How close is your Sun Pluto trine?
Exact.
Okay, I love it.
Like
I love it.
0 degrees.
Yeah.
Sun trine Pluto, and then I would have to say Moon's Mercury sextile Uranus. I feel that one.
I like my Mercury opposite Uranus because you cannot keep us from saying what's true. Like, you cannot keep us from just being like, yours is much smoother. I'd say mine is much more, I breathe and it's offensive. That's how I see it as like, I'm like, they're like, racist. Like, yeah, okay. What makes you the happiest?
Oh, gosh. Everything just being peaceful. Like, I'm very Libra. Just, as long as there's no conflict, I'm happy. No conflict, around me and my family, no conflict with me. It tends to kind of follow me because, like, I have Mars in Libra, Saturn and Pluto on my ascendant, so it's like, it's hard.
Yeah.
But, I just like, everyone being happy. Yeah. That makes me happy.
Yeah. I actually have been open about struggling with this in terms of, like, I don't feel like I have working dopamine receptors. Like, there's never a time when I'm like, oh, I'm happy with this. Like, but I'd say, like, fulfillment comes from accomplishment of, like, I have created this. I guess a similar being Saturn in the 5th. I'm like, I created this.
I can see that, too, for me, because I have Sun in the 5th.
Yeah, okay,
yeah. So for me, like, having something that you can, like, see, have tangible.
Yes, it's not a vanity metric, it's like literally seeing engagement or like follower count or like the amount that content was like engaged with, or like I wrote 2 books, like seeing that, holding it.
You wrote 2 books?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, they're on Amazon and stuff. I wrote them. I was a creative writing minor in college, and instead of killing myself then, it's been a lifelong thing of like just like started trying to kill myself when I was 6 because my mom, like, it's been like like analysis of like, this is worth it. No, okay. Like, it was very like qualitative, and I'm really open about it, but like, instead of doing it, I wrote a book about it, and I kind of put my experience into a hypothetical character that is not what I went through, but it's like, if I could put my experience into a person, like, it would be, and I made her schizophrenic. I don't have any diagnosed mental health issue, but she, like, her second reality was kind of like things that I hyperbolized mine. So yeah, that's how I'd say happiest. And then like buying a place and seeing the property papers was like a moment as well, because just like my dad being in real estate on a very small scale in Texas, people made up that he's part of the Kushner family, like gentrifying communities of color here. I'm like, the dude lives in Texas and does lower end car like dealerships. Like he doesn't do that. People made up so much. But like having him come out and like see my place that's like being built on the beach in Dubai, like he was like, that was a moment that made me happy.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. How to make the jump from professional astrologer to students, like student to professional. But like I'd say professional to student is if you consider yourself a professional because that's part of your career, you're earning income, but even if you're earning income in ways that aren't monetary, maybe you do trades, like if it's literally your profession, like just go to the work. Like if it is your profession, you're a professional. Like if you're doing it as a business, I don't think there needs to be any arbitrary Saturn return. Like, no, literally if you're doing it for a business, you're a professional. That's how I see it.
Yeah. I see, I would say that if you're, trying to make that transition, you should go ahead and have confidence in yourself to do it, because I feel like if I had done it sooner, I would be a lot further along. I feel like I waited like 2 or 3 years too late, and I left a lot on the table by not taking advantage of what, my skills were. So I think just, going into it, like you said, just making the leap.
Yeah. People, I think, like to make a lot of unnecessary boundaries as a way of being like, I'm a professional and you're not. But I'm literally like, you could even do this as a side hustle and you're a professional. Like, professional singers range from people that make no money and sing at kids' birthdays to like Rihanna. So like, there's a range of professional. It doesn't need to be this big thing.
What do you think about the astrology organizations?
I literally was never interested in them because I'm like, what's the benefit? Like, I never understood the benefit because I guess it's my midheaven in Scorpio ruled by Mars in the 8th, squaring, opposing everything. I'm like, me connected with a group, it's so I was never really into them. I think if you want to join one to help out your credentials and it makes sense for you, by all means do it. Like, happy for you. I see it as like, it's cool if you want to do it, but you're no less of a professional if you don't have
I agree.
Yeah, like if you want it, that is awesome, good on you. If you don't, go for training another way.
Yeah, it's like, Steve Jobs didn't graduate college, but he's a genius.
I dropped out of my PhD for crypto, and I wouldn't have, yeah. What are your Venus retrograde predictions in general?
A lot of old stuff coming up with Pluto there.
Yeah.
A lot of intensity, a lot of maybe extremes in relationships. Yeah. But I think there's going to be a lot of old stuff coming up for a lot of people.
Yeah. Because it's in the same part of the sky as Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto, South Node in January 2020, I'm like, everyone look at the Capricorn part of your chart, especially if you have Capricorn placements. If there was an intense life or death situation in January 2020, this will be like, it's not re-traumatizing it, but it'll be like, okay, what did you build on top of that? What are you now rethinking about that building, and what is the cognitive dissonance? Because like with Venus being value, like with Pluto, it's like, whoa, my actions and values aren't lining up. And that's why I think like within on my ascendant, I was beginning to realize of like, wow, like you don't have toxic relationships by any means. I've never had anything that's like bad. I've never been abused. I've never been sexually harassed, raped in my life. Like, no toxic relationship. My aura, my energy is like, no one fucks with me. No one asks me out either. It's like I'm off limits. But like I began to realize that like friendships, the very few romantic interactions I've had, like it's always been this person is your sidekick, and that puts you in the control. But it means that these people often are spineless and betray you because they have no moral wherewithal. So it's like attract fellow strong people around you and like demand. And it wasn't really appearance based. I thought Venus retrograde might be like appearance based, but it hasn't been for me. So I think other people's serious.
It has been kind of for me because it's on my Pluto.
Yeah.
And I Pluto on my ascendant, and the ruler of Capricorn is on my ascendant.
Right.
So like I said, I've been thinking about like cosmetic surgery.
Your skin looks so beautiful, by the way. I think it's like the glowiest.
Stop.
It's so cute.
Thank you. Yeah. So the other thing I want to say about Venus, Pluto is I think finances with Capricorn is going to come into play.
I think we're going to have a lot of supply shock chain because like with the Fed hinting that they're not going to prop up the economy anymore because it's fake. It's like so much of the booming economy is based on the dollars flowing in to prop up the number, but actually small businesses have collapsed. So like once they stop propping up the economy with printing money and low interest rates, it'll show how much big industries are fine, but like the average person, like the economy is not reflecting the average person. So like, I see this being like, people are beginning now to notice. Like,
so you think there's a lot of inflation?
Oh my God. It's not hyperinflation.
Is.
That is not what we're at. But it's like, it's fake. It's like
it's too much.
It's bad.
I just feel like if you make $100,000 in life now, it's like you make $100. Like it's not enough to even.
No.
And it used to be like, you're making six figures. Like that's you know what I mean. Nowadays it's
now when I think about like it literally is shocking to me because everything I have is like in crypto basically. Like, I hold very little US dollars and I like being in crypto because I can put it in assets that cannot inflate. There's a set number of this. Literally no one if they wanted to could make more Bitcoin. No one if they wanted to could make more. That's like the beauty of Bitcoin is it's like gold. There's only a set amount and it's better than gold. There can be no more. So like, and I feel like a Bitcoin maximalist now. People will like laugh when they hear that. But like with crypto, it's like strange because people are like, it's so volatile. I'm like, yeah, but there's a set amount. So like your US dollar number is gonna like, it's just, it's like sickening to know how people are like, I want more stimulus, please. And I'm like, the more they do that, the more what you're getting is literally just a smaller piece of the pizza every time. So it's like a gut punch to see, understand, even from a very like noob level, what's happening. So I think Venus retrograde is the average person's like, oh my God, my latte went from $4 to $4.50.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. My Uber ride went from $15 to $35.
In Miami this weekend, I had an $80 15-minute Uber, and it was not on busy hours.
It cost me like almost $40 to get here.
Yeah, which is insane. And similarly,
yeah, it is. That can't.
Insane.
That's too much.
Insane. Yeah. What are some resources if people want to get deeper into astrology?
Oh, I would say, well, for me, I started on the web, but then definitely move into books. I listen to a lot of podcasts.
Yeah.
I think like anything you can get your hands
I
on,
agree.
but find out what resonates with you.
Yeah.
But I definitely think there are some really good authors out there. Stephen Arroyo, I think that's how you say his name.
Yeah.
Liz Green, Stephen Forrest.
Yeah.
Like, I think there are like 10 to 20 astrology authors out there that people can really benefit from their books.
Yeah, I'd say like I really like Mark Jones.
Oh yeah, him too.
He's like a friend. Like we've like
What?
been like he helped mentor me for a few years, and he's someone that he's a homie. Like I'm like
really
yeah.
I have one of his books.
I do too. The Soul Speaks is like I say Mark Jones because even though I don't agree with
Mark Edmund Jones.
No, Mark Jones. Mark Edmund Jones is dead. Mark Jones is like the psychological.
Okay, I know you're talking about.
Okay, yeah. I like his work a lot. I'd agree with I like Demetra George. I think that they complement each other well.
Good. Yeah.
I'd say learn about the history, and I'd recommend Demetra George for that. And then also anything you can get your hands on, but also that you'll be able to see if someone's consistent. Like someone who knows what they're talking about is not going to I guess grift in terms of I don't know. You can just tell when some people don't know what they're speaking about, and so they're bringing in a lot of randomness. You don't want fluff. I'd say you don't want fluff as much as you want set information, and then you can make your own fun on top of that without being fluffy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go with people who kind of get to the point and are not word salad.
Right. And people call me word salad. And I'm like, no, actually, no. I'm straight to the point.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. What's your 10-year long-term goal or plan?
Oh gosh.
With Sun Uranus, I don't know. Yeah.
Mine is actually more non-professional.
Yeah.
It's more family based.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to move into a family more.
Yeah.
Situation and less maybe career, but for astrology, I definitely want to move away from doing one-on-ones and doing more webinars or things.
That's what I did. Yeah, because the demand and the energy just got very imbalanced. So it was no.
Yeah, it's really hard for me. I max out at 2 hours a day. I only set aside 2 hours a day for reading.
Yeah.
But I do more than 2 hours, so that could be 2 to 4 appointments because I have 1 hour and 30 minutes appointments.
Right.
But if I max out, if I do 2 hours, I'm max.
Yeah.
I can't do more than that. And I was asking my therapist, I was like, how many appointments do you do in a day? And he was 12, a max day. And I was like, okay, well, I guess that makes sense in a way because the whole time I'm mostly talking.
And they don't come in with math or they're there to listen and provide their wisdom. They're not there to do what we do, which is in and out in an hour trying to make a life-changing conversation.
Exactly.
So the energy is very different.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. My 10-year goal or plan, I'm building some things in crypto right now that I can't fully talk about, on camera at least, that are building that I can't say, mostly because I've had it happen where in crypto it's actually very normal to steal ideas and make it better. That's kind of innovation in tech, but before things have come out with me, I've seen names that I've mentioned be used by people I'm in groups with. I'm you just launched it with that name, what the fuck? So that's where I can see legit copying is in crypto, and people can't even get that mad because it's you got to it first, congrats. But I think in terms of energy input output, and that's all finance is, that's all money is alchemy. You're taking a certain amount of energy and making more of it by using this energy. I'm in a trade right now, and it's a 10K position, but I'm using 5x leverage. I'm levering up all this other money to make more money, and I'm doing it in a way where I feel safe because I said it's you're using certain energy to make more energy, which I consider alchemy. And so I want to make that much more describable to people. It's not that intense with these euphemisms of just the amount of euphemisms that I hear that I had no idea what they meant. I logged into my trading account for the first time in 2020 to set up a bank account, and I had no idea what a brokerage, a limit order, market order, stop loss. I was what in the hell is this? And now it's I can trade on these crypto exchanges setting all these weird things, but the average person is kept out of the dark, kept in the dark because of terms in terminology, and I want to make this like as rudimentary because it's not. It does not have to be that insane, and the average person is just kept out.
It's like a language.
Yes,
just like astrology is a language.
Yes, it is.
I feel you because that's what I was trying to do with astrology is make it like simple because I was like, how come like no one knows about this? But this was like a long time ago, but like 7 years ago before it got more mainstream. Yeah. So I was like, I need to like tell the world. Yeah, literally.
Should we always read daily horoscope rising sign? I say hard yes because it's based on the houses. What do you think?
Yeah, I say rising over sun.
Yeah. I'm like polarizing with that because I'm like, bitch, the sun, its solar house is my ass. Like that's like derived. That's not. And I've had astrologers come for me about that. And I'm like, dude, it's just logic. Well, yeah, because people come for anything. But I'm always like, look, disprove me. Like, prove me wrong, please. I want to learn. So, but yeah, I'm hard for rising sign. People saying I should work with someone that literally threatened to, they said that I was literally like a terrorist in the space. This person, literally the #1 person trying to come out.
Oh, girl, don't even bring that name up. Oh, are we on camera?
Yeah, but stars, moon, and sun. I know that name.
Stop.
And this is the. Well, we can edit this out. Like,
okay, that's okay.
Yeah,
let me. Okay, so yeah, this was the girl. We can keep this in the damn video.
Yeah, because I
mean, for all I can, like, this is the girl that came for me hard in April. Let me tell you this. She told her followers that I was obsessed with her more than any of her Scorpio exes. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to raise my voice.
No, you're fine. You're fine. It's the same.
Okay, so I did a trademark, and I was going on TikTok because I'm trying to. Somebody stole my name to be a bitch, of course. Yeah. So before I could get it, like you care more about this shit than me, like problem. Literally. And so I went on TikTok to get my name back, and I was looking at. I had to go to the trademark site and get my number and stuff. And I remember her trying to get a trademark, and I was thinking like that's a dumb name to trademark from one. So I went to go see like if it got trademarked just because I was up on the site and I was curious. And do you know that she literally, the day I put on Twitter that I was trademarked, she filed for a trademark.
She was the one who sent out a tweet and said on the day that I was verified, why is the astrologer that steals from black astrologers verified during Black History Month?
Well, she can kiss everyone's ass because she used to put out memes with the N-word on it like a Karen. So, bitch, don't come for me.
That's alright. I saw this and I was like, oh, they must be talking about somebody else. Like, I wonder who they're talking. Someone else.
She told me I like to ride rich dick. And I had triple D's. Or triple C's. Do these look like, my boobs do not look that big. I'm sorry.
It was just a mess because I remember seeing that tweet and being
such
like,
a bitch, man.
I was so naive. I look at that and I'm like, oh, I wonder who else was verified today. And then I see myself tagged in it. I'm like, excuse me, I don't know who you are.
She tagged you?
Other people started tagging me once that subtweet went out because they knew that she was speaking about me. And I was like, this black astrologer about stealing. Like, I wonder who this is about. Because I was so in my own lane, I didn't see the hate until it really built up. Because no one was tagged. Because people were using it.
When you're on your own lane, people don't understand. They're like, they're, you know, they don't understand you when you're like, you have so much going on and you're creating content, and you're responding to messages, and you're responding to podcasts, and doing this and doing that.
Literally
insane. And you don't have time to, I never like have time to go down my feed.
Same.
Like I'll get on there sometimes and like you'll come up because I check you a lot, so you'll be like first thing I see when I open.
It's us posting. It's not us stalking other people.
Exactly. Like I don't have a burner account.
No, same. I don't have an all. I don't have time to make an all.
Like, exactly. Like I don't.
Yeah, literally same page. And people think that we are scheming, conniving. As like the energy would take to scheme and connive would take away from me actually succeeding and doing my thing. Like we don't have time for this.
Or you're coming for clout.
Yeah.
So what do you think about people like the astrology community who's very against, you know, I'm not saying one or the other is good, but who are very against capitalism, and yet they are like, I looked at this girl who was like, capitalism is the root of all evil, but yet she was charging like exorbitant amount for her readings. So what do you think? Do you feel like that's hypocritical?
I'd say it's hypocritical and also understandable because capitalism itself is essentially a trade economy. It is, free enterprise. Industries can compete with one another, compete with prices, compete with innovation. It is not having a state or an overpowering party controlling the economy. So when people are upset at capitalism and the way that it incentivizes overworking, one could argue that, for one, we do not have capitalism. We have a weird socialism capitalism hybrid.
I agree.
And they are more upset with the centralization of power leading to overwork. So I'm with them. I do not like centralization. However, I also am in no way anti-capitalist, and because people misunderstand what it is, just like how people misunderstand what socialism is. They're all neutral. It is the result of them that can be harmful or beneficial in certain ways. And I would say it is hypocritical to be anti-capitalist but also playing the capitalist game.
Right.
I am not anti-capitalist, and I will play the game because people don't understand that is entrepreneurialism.
That is entrepreneurial. It's the definition of it.
Yes, and there's crony capitalism, which is exploitation. That is crony capitalism. But the people in there who were Marxist, I'm like, this is literally causing genocide, like death of people across the world. Like, my ancestors literally fled Soviet Union, Poland, because of the shit that you're like saying is trendy and the answer to this. And wanting socialism, I was like, have fun with that. Have fun with that when there's a fucking like gulag up.
Yeah, everyone. I know like several girls from Venezuela, and
they know what's up.
They're
know
like,
what's up.
Fuck that.
They know what's up. Yeah, literally, my good friend I saw 2 days ago at dinner, he's in a vlog, people have watched this, he emancipated his family from Venezuela, and he's into crypto, he's spiritual, and we talk about this, we go, people understandably think that capitalism is the root of the economic exploitation. No, it's the state centralizing these things. It is not. So yeah, basically people playing into it, it's both understandable because it is human nature to prioritize your own gains, and that does not mean it's a zero-sum game of exploiting other people. You can be an entrepreneur and never exploit anyone else, or you can, and you can exploit lots of, people misunderstand it. And I have a whole episode with Robert Breedlove about private property and how people, literally Marxism is one of the most detrimental, harmful things. I hope it's taught, I hope people understand it, but execution-wise, oh my god, it tears things apart. So, go for it if you want it. Be my guest.
Yeah, I think entrepreneurship and capitalism, I think competition is healthy.
Yeah.
Like Mars on the Ascendant.
Yeah.
I think that it makes, and that's what, capitalism is. It's
Amy, aka Starheal, was so sweet. I mean, we've been through such similar situations of being accused of the most awful shit that we would never fucking do, and insanity, and we've tried to be people tried to, I'm burning my hand trying to move this candle, people have tried to pit us against each other unnecessarily. It's just insane. So that'll be such a cool video to post once that is. I don't think I'll include it in here because it's kind of long, so I think I'll do a separate video, or maybe I'll just edit it into this video, our discussion and Q&A and things like that. And then we filmed some TikToks, and it was so cute. And I was invited out to a party. I don't know. I don't know if this person watches my vlog, so I don't want to disclose who it is in case they don't really want to. I don't know. I was invited out to a party though. First, my friend is delivering a chair here because I'm redecorating my apartment, and he's giving a chair of his over in a little bit. And then I'm on a podcast with some friends. It'll be on the Pink Boys podcast. I don't know if I'm allowed to share that as well. That'll go in. That's fine. They get free promo. It'll be on the Pink Boys podcast. They're just my friends. So I'll be on that, and then I think I go out tonight. So yeah, going to do some work and get on that. Tried to go out to parties. I look really cute as well. So I'm in this set with sparkly shoes. I look really cute. It's a fit. I go out to this party that I was invited to, and the level of posh, I'm so glad I didn't bring my camera. It would have been atrocious. I was already getting stares. It was a very, I just walk in with my good friend, and immediately we're we gotta, this is just the vibe was usually at these things, I don't know, people know that I'm coming, so it's not people stare necessarily. This, you could tell, none of these people are on crypto TikTok. They're who is this bitch? It was very neutrals and middle part with, I don't know, there's been a few of these where you arrive in New York and you're I could just tell it would, these guys weren't even tradfi, I could yeah, so that didn't work. And then I went to another venue and I didn't see the person that I was intending to see there, so that was a little bit of a fail. And then I went to another venue and I actually did meet up with a friend. Shout out to Dan Held. If you know, you know. He a homie. So we hung out. He's in town. There are some of these parties in New York, and like they're just so not. It's just like nauseating. I don't know. The vibe is like. This is why I like crypto things, because these people they've gotten money, so the parties are fun, but like they don't have the social. It's like we're not. I don't know. We just can't take ourselves seriously. So I'm gonna head off to bed. I think I'm gonna make some like toast or something because I'm like a little hungry. So I made some toast along with my chocolate toast, and then head off to bed. But I hope that this was like a cool video. It was very weird. It was a weird ass day. I'm glad I didn't bring my camera to show the night though. I'm glad I didn't show this. So take care, and I will see you in the next one.